Hello everybody and welcome to the Pokemon 20 Twin Races here in the Suzuka circuit in Japan. We conclude World Tour 22 here in this famed road course, which will have two races, each with 23 cars, and we will finalize the chase field after this race. Only 8 drivers will make up the chase for 4 spots into the championship race at Zenjoltis. Anyway, this first race will have drivers that are 24th and below in points. The second race has drivers 23rd and above in points. All the chartered cars that are 24th and below in points, and every non-charter car, regardless of their point standing, well, all of them are below the top 23, so they're going to all be in race 2 by default. No, race 1 by default, and this race by default. The other 2 will have the best of the best competing here today in the Pokemon 20 Twin Races. All drivers will compete, but they'll be in different races, but they will all compete for big points, for maximum points, so it'll be an opportunity for some of the non-charter cars who didn't earn a lot of points because they made only a few races to gain some points here in hopes of boosting up their morale or something. But anyway, Luke Walker has the least starts among the drivers, 6 starts only, so there will only be his 7th, Casey his 8th, and Shrigley his 9th, and also Sachs his 9th. So for those guys with races in the single digits this season, this will be a nice boost for them in points in terms of boosting up status because they don't really have a lot of points. And probably a much needed chance to get a win this season. I know a couple drivers don't have wins so far this season, but a couple drivers in the field do. Most notably, 2-time winner Justin Roberts and 2-time winner Connor Breton. They're both in the chase because they're multiple race winners. But Richardson, Miles, Rogers, and Young also have 1 win this season. If one of them wins this race, they have the chance of getting into the chase as a 2-time winner. I think 5 spots are locked in right now because they are 2-time winners this season. We could have 6 and maybe even a 7th spot locked up just for 2 wins, and the rest will be for the highest drivers with 1 win in points. That will make up the rest of the chase field. And yeah, we do know that. So anyway, this is your field on the left of drivers in race number 1 here, and your starting lineup, as we see Isaiah Bernesh and Justin Roberts will be on the front row here in race number 1 of the twin races. So for these on the line, potentially a chase spot could be on the line here in these respective twin races. So a lot has to be running on. A lot is on the line here for the twin races going on today. And look at Bernesh, he's on pit road already. Bernesh on pit road, unfortunately not going to start the race from the pole position. He was supposed to be the pole setter as the green flag waves. What a shame for the 16. Not able to get a start off here. That's just unfortunate. Ferdinand Gabon moves up to the front row. Oh boy, contact already. Big crash. What a way to start the race. Wow, big crash. Oh man, that is just insane. An insane first lap here at Suzuka in race number 1. That might set the tone for the rest of the race, as Justin Roberts is the leader. We gotta look back at that wreck. Wow, are you kidding? Dylan Young, I don't know what happened with him. He just got loose. There he is. Oh, Gabriel Wanderlei turned the 83, and then a big crash happens. That is just incredible. What a way to start the weekend here in Suzuka. A thrilling wreck down the S's. Gabriel Wanderley just took out Dylan Young and took himself out in the process. Oh my goodness. First lap, first wreck, and a couple drivers out. And Bernesh, and we just got word that Isaiah Bernesh had a gearbox problem right from the start, and he is not able to even complete a lap here in Suzuka on the pole. A couple more retired, leaving us with only 13 cars left on track. Well, 14 if you count Sam Rogers, because he's a lap down. Eventful start here in Suzuka. Roberts leads to the green. If he wins, he'll become a 3-time winner and possibly the #1 seed in the 8-field chase. That would be something great for the 47. Gabot's second has not had a win this season, so he has a chance to maybe make a splash. Ooh, Sachs loose there, trying to force Jerry Guerrero off the track. 3-wide battle, and it's ugly. 3 of the cars taken out. Bishop and Casey, the non-charter cars, have been taken out. John Andrews, I think, no. 3 non-charter cars are left. And yellow, caution obviously. Big crash. This has been a wreck fest here in race number 1. Down to just 10 cars on the lead lap. Ooh, Gabot trying to contact with the 47. Wants to make the move. Here he comes. Oh, Roberts off the grass, and Gabot leads. Shrigley's second. And Jerry Guerrero's on pit road with damage. Must have gone into a crash. Yes. Oh, wow, he got into a crash. And unfortunately, we skipped over that. Must have been a problem from the start of the race, on the restart. So it was a crash. Yeah, that's a tough break for the 21. No caution though. They'll stay green. And how's this for Gabot trying to get a win? He might not be in the chase just by winning, but this will surely help RCR out a lot if he gets the win. He only has 1 career win in the series, and he would love to get another one. Joseph Shrigley runs second. Shrigley, though, he has come close a couple times. And only this race, if a non-charter car wins, that car is promoted. And so Shrigley needs that promotion right now. By the way, Dylan Young right now is the lowest in points in the charter cars. However, he has a win, so that, sorry about that, about the phone. Anyway, he has a win this season, so he will be excluded from demotion for the rest of the season, for the rest of this season. Oh, Luke Walker gets taken out by Roberts. The front runner for like the first quarter of the race, Roberts gets taken out by Luke Walker, and the caution's out. Wow, with 6 laps to go in race 1. Back to green with 3 to go. Skipped over a little bit. Oh, my bad. And Connor Breen's wrecked out. That'll be the race. That's it. What a wreck fest. And Ferdinand Gabot, no challenge from Shrigley at all. Final corner. 2 to go. He'll take the caution as the leader. What a day for Gabot. Ferdinand Gabot, he might just be your winner here in race number 1. I know Hargel Alonso, his friend, is watching, and he's cheering him on. Only 5 cars finished the race on the lead lap, and 6 finished overall. Rogers with the lap car, and there's the checkers in race 1, and Ferdinand Gabot is your winner in race number 1 of the Pokemon 20 Twin Races. That's it here from the race 1 Ferdinand. Yeah, buddy took the lead and never looked back. First win this season for the number 27. A great job all around. As 5 cars finished on the lead lap in a wreck fest in race 1. But Gabot overcomes the obstacles to win here in race number 1 of the twin races. Now it's the big one, the second race of the twin races coming up. Drivers 23rd and above in the points. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Here we are in race number 2 here in the Pokemon 20 twin races. As you can see, there are drivers 23rd and above in points competing here in race number 2. You saw how race 1 was a wreck fest. Let's hope race 2 will be less of a wreck fest and more competitive this time around. I'm hoping so. Just quick notes here: Mason Powers, Ramiro Adler, and Brandon Nichols, the 2-time winners, are in this race. They're locked in because of those wins. Cody Hagan, Jacob Lawler, and Joseph Romanuk would be locked in if nothing changes. They would be locked in to the chase field because they're the highest drivers with 1 win in points. Leah Walker has a win. She's 4th between Hagan and Lawler. However, Leah is not eligible to be in the chase because she's one of my own drivers, and I want to make this a fair fight for the championship. So Leah is not eligible for the chase. That's how Romanuk would get in. Romanuk's 7th behind Lawler in points. And by the way, Mason Powers leads the points by 36. But the chase field's going to pretty much reset the points so the 2-time winners go up ahead of the one race winners. The chase points will reset everything. So Powers, last day, will probably have the lead, unless if he wins this dual race. We'll see. And Holden Gluba and Zachary Fitzwater are the only drivers in the top 10 without a win this season. So if they win, they have the potential of knocking out one of those drivers out of the chase and put them into the chase. Collins and Barber have wins in the top 10, but they're outside looking in, hoping for a good day here today, and hoping that Romanuk, Lawler, and Adel and Hagan have bad luck here today. Have bad luck in race 2, hopes of bringing themselves back into the chase. It's going to be a close battle, no doubt about it. So it's going to come down to the final run in race number 2, and it's going to get pretty exciting. John Fitzwater, Paul Barber share the front row, and John Fitzwater has not won this season. Paul Barber, though, has a win, and so Paul Barber could get into the chase if he wins for the 2nd time this season. There's Emmett Junkim. And Emmett Junkim right now, he's 14th. He doesn't have a race win, so he would not get in the chase unless if the other 3 have I mentioned earlier, have bad days. And seeing how this has been a wreck fest today, it's going to get pretty close. Green flag comes out. Great start by Paul Barber. He is the pole setter after all. Look at Leia trying to squeeze her way in. She spins and takes out a couple more drivers in the field too. Oh, wow. Almost like the first race of the season. Almost like the first race of the duels. Yikes. Wow. Incredible. I mean, this is just like the first race. They all wrecked out at once. First caution. Oh. Ooh, those 3 are gone. Oh, man. Brian's trying to get back in. He did. Nice save. Caution. Leader Paul Barber hangs on. Let's hope this doesn't become a trend. My goodness, has this been an incredible weekend of wrecks. There goes Fitzwater, Walker, and Lopez. Green flag. Here comes William Brock. Brock has been close lately. He's been doing really well. Brock is running 17th. He doesn't have a win this season. He would really love to win so he can compete. Oh, spin! Pichu just took him out. They just took both drivers out. Wow! And another couple drivers more spin. They flip over. And big crash. A big pileup. One is upside down. One driver is off track. Pichu leads. This is just insane. This has been an insane weekend here in Suzuka. I've never had the weekend like this before. There he is, Bruce Carino. And Romanuk get taken out. And this is not good for Joseph Romanuk. Not what he needed. There's the 6 flipping. A big crash, a lot of cars with damage. Wow, this has just been insane. An insane weekend here in Suzuka. Wonder how many drivers are out of the race. Well, we only have 14 cars left on the lead lap. Here we go, green, 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 green. Pichu to 22, trying to play spoiler for these drivers. Jacob Lawler, he's on the outside looking in with just 1 win. If he wins, he'll lock his spot in the chase as a 2-time winner and be on even footing with 5 other cars with 2 wins. Ooh, driver spun. Paul Barber's out of the race. He got taken out. The pole setter gets taken out. Don't think it was an intention. He just got loose with the 13 of Holden Gluba. And there was that. The battle for 3rd down the line, DJ Curtis and Ramiro Adler. It looks like Adler's going to have the advantage. Now they're stuck. Now Curtis is battling with his teammate, William Brock. Pichu leads to the restart. Who's going to get 4th? It is going to be Curtis. Wow. 6 to go when we get back to green. 13 cars left on the lead lap. This is insane. Hands down. Green! Look at Ramiro Adler get a good start. He's jumping. He is off and he's ready. 2 wins and a 3rd one could make him the #1 seed. The favorite to win the championship. He was a finalist last season. He wants to win it all. Crash again. They just keep wrecking and it continues. And more chaos happening with 5 laps to go. What a race. Wow, I've never had so many wrecks in Suzuka before. Yikes. 3 to go. This will be the race right here. Next caution ends the race. Here we go. Green, green, green. Pichu versus Adler. Who's going to win the race? Looks like Pichu got a bit of a boost there. But Adler is just right behind on his bumper. He's hoping a caution doesn't come out. He's hoping for the chance to get the lead. Here comes the S's. Ooh, tight, tight, tight. They are really tight. Curtis right there was a close call. Oh, he's taken out by Gluba. That's it. That's it. Race is over. Pichu is going to win it for TA2 Racing. How about that? I think he won a race here in the Formula 1 series I did earlier, but now Pichu's finally going to win in a stock car in Suzuka. Crazy weekend. Hands down. That's it here. And here he is coming off the final corner. He needed a lot of wrecks for help. This was an insane wreck fest all throughout. But ultimately, Pichu in the number 22 going to give TA2 Racing its 2nd win of season 22. And the number 22 gets the win in Suzuka in the 2nd Pokemon 20 twin race. And that is it, folks, from Suzuka. That's it for World Tour 22. And before we get to who's in the chase, let's find out. Let's show you the final results from the Suzuka circuit in race number 2. Yeah, it was still a lot more, well, almost twice as much drivers that survived than race 1 had, but nevertheless, still a lot of drivers were tired because of wrecks. It was a smackdown all the way through. Now, time to reveal the 8 drivers that'll compete for the championship. Alrighty guys, here are the 8 drivers in the chase. They're on the left. On the right are the points non-chase formatted. So the left is the points in the chase, and the drivers, of course, 2 wins. You see Mason Powers, Ramiro Adler, Brandon Nichols, Justin Roberts, and Connor Breen are in as 2-time winners. The 3 drivers that are in with 1 win are Cody Hagan, Jacob Lawler, and Kyle Collins. And you could see Romanek started the day ahead of Collins, but he wrecked out, and it ended up costing him, and he got knocked out of the final chase spot on the last race before the chase, and that allowed Collins to sneak in as the final competitor that advances as a chaser. And that's incredible. It goes to show you how much of a difference one position makes, or in this case 2 positions make, to determining who's in and who's out of the chase. Gluba and Fitzwater shut out of wins, don't get into the chase despite being top 10 in points. And Leia Walker, as I mentioned, she has a win, but she's ineligible to be a chaser because she is one of my own drivers. And I like to make this a fair fight for the title. And here are the drivers on the right to see the rest of the points. Those of you curious to see where you ended up. Nichols was 13th in points, and now he's the 3rd chaser in. So what an incredible run for Nichols. Those 2 wins helped him propel as a chaser in an otherwise so-so season. And here are the others. A couple drivers with no wins, big names without a win. Gabriel Wanderlei has a win in Ontario. He shared it with Ramiro Adler in that close finish. I mentioned that a couple times in the past. Roberts has 2 wins. He's 30th in the points. And here's the rest of the field right here. There you see where they ended up. Dylan Young with 1 win. Connor Breen has 2 wins. Breen is the lowest of drivers in points that has a win, but those 2 wins brought him in the chase. So a big underdog story for Connor Breen, going from non-charter to chase in just 1 season is just incredible. And here's the rest of the non-charters, how they dealt with in points. Because Ryan Casey's had so far the worst season among the other drivers in the Pullman Cup Series, despite having 1 more start than Luke Walker did, and having 1 top 5 in the season. So that's just weird, but sometimes that's just how it works. Hope you guys enjoyed our race from Suzuka. We are going to start off the chase in the Super Stack 500, and these 8 drivers will try to compete for the championship, and those 8 will be reduced to 4. In 4 races, we will reduce the chase field from 8 to 4, and if one of those chasers wins, that chaser will be in the championship 4, regardless of where he or she finishes in the rest of the chase races. So things are going to be more interesting from now on. Here we go. We're going to go to the Super Snack 500 coming up. We'll see you guys there.